Hi, everybody. I am coming to you on a Wednesday afternoon. Beautiful Atlanta day. It is chilly outside, but it finally looks like fall, and actually got to have my fireplace going this morning, so that made me feel good. So anyway, hope your day is going well and your week is going well. I wanted to come on here for a few minutes and talk to you about a couple of things that can stand in the way of achieving your health goals, weight loss goals. They're really both one and the same. And this has been coming up quite frequently with my clients over the last couple of days and even last week. Two things that happen that can stand in the way of getting where we want to go. One is stress, and how many of you out there know what I'm talking about, right? One is stress, and the other is a feeling, especially amongst women, of feeling as though they're selfish if they take care of themselves or make themselves a priority. These two things seem to come up all the time. So let's talk about stress first and why stress plays a role oftentimes in our food choices and how we take care of ourselves. Because when you think about it, stress is one thing, and what stress really means is emotional or psychological pressure, tension, versus being busy, which means just having a lot to do, having a lot on your plate. So they're two very different things. A lot of times we'll think busyness means stress, but they are different. So stress. So sometimes in talking with a client and I'll say, how was your day or how was your week? Oh, so much stress. I just wasn't able to kind of, stay with my plan or my goals. And so then it's, well, why is that? So oftentimes when we're feeling stressed, we will allow emotions to take over and we react. And what we do is react with food very often. I'm so stressed out, I'm going to go open up the refrigerator and I'm going to eat some ice cream or have something. The problem with that, as we all know logically, is that stress is still going to be there. That ice cream or whatever it is will be gone in 15 minutes. And at the end of those 15 minutes, we'll often feel like, well, what did I do that for? Now I feel even worse. And now I feel more stress because I feel worse. And the stress that I had or thought I had is still there, right? But then we do it over and over and over again. This is what I call the monkey mind, the monkey brain reacting instead of using intelligence. What happens when we react and we use emotions in terms of what we do? Oftentimes, actually most of the time, the outcome is not a good one. I can think of the times where I allowed my emotions to take over and then the outcome is not good. So getting a hold of that feeling of stress, knowing it's really stress and not busyness, and then recognizing before reacting and just doing something, if we pause and go, okay, I'm about to go to the refrigerator, which is what I normally would do, or grab that bag of chips or whatever. I'm going to stop and just pause for a second. Do I really want to do that? Is it really going to make things better? Or am I actually going to feel worse? What's going to change? Really, what's going to change is how I feel about me, about what I just did. And then make a conscious decision, emotional intelligence, a conscious decision to do something different. Maybe it's, I'm going to shut that refrigerator door and you know what? I think actually I might go for a walk, or maybe I just need to take a hot shower or a bath or do something and change the way that you react to stress. So busyness. Okay, we're all really, really busy. That is life. That is life in America, right? So that's a matter of time management, planning our day and planning our time. And that does not need to be wrapped into stress and all of that. So separate the two out. Another thing I'd like to add regarding stress is we tell ourselves a lot of different things all day long, every day, right, in our brain. And we spend more time with our thoughts than with anyone else or anything else. So what you tell yourself is typically what's going to manifest. So if you're playing these tapes over and over of, I'm so stressed, I'm so burned out, blah, 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 and get yourself all wadded up, then you know what? That's what you're going to create, and you're going to make things worse. So think about your thoughts, right? What are you telling yourself? So I hope that's helpful in that on the stress topic. The other one that comes up that I mentioned in the beginning is the idea, especially amongst women, that if I take care of myself, I'm being selfish. So, you know, we as women, a lot of times we put our families, our jobs, our duties, the house, all these things ahead of ourselves. I know my mother did that all her life, you know, always put all of us ahead of her. Um, but you don't have to feel you're being selfish when you're taking care of yourself. So let's separate this out. So self-care, taking care of your health, you know, physically, mentally, puts you in a better position to actually take care of everything else you have going on. This is why when you get on a plane, right, and the flight attendants come out and they talk about where the exit rows are and all these different things, and then talk about, you know, in the event something happens and the airbags come down and you put the oxygen mask on yourself first, right? They tell you, put it on yourself first before helping anyone else. And that's because when you help yourself and you're in control, you're better able to help those around you. So it is not being selfish to take care of you. It's not being selfish to go to the gym or go for a walk or cook a healthy meal or stay on track of your program and your goals. It has nothing to do with being selfish. So you've got to move that aside. And then, and I'll say this is the church of the painful truth here, which may not make some of you feel very happy, but this is what does happen with a lot of people. Sometimes we'll use these things as excuses for not staying on track, for going off and doing something off the rails, I guess you might say. So, you know, identify all these different things and work on them, and then that's how you're going to be able to move forward with whatever it is you wanted to achieve. So I think that's really all I had on that subject, but think about these things. We're moving into the holiday season, which means more busyness and for some people more stress. So this is a really good time to think about how to take care of all of that. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. I hope some of this gave you something to think about, and have a good rest of your day and rest of your week. All right. Thank you. Bye.